Hey everyone. On December the 2nd, the sun will be exactly aligned with Antares, the heart of the celestial scorpion. And you might remember a couple of days, maybe 10 days ago, it was Mercury that was aligned there. And then we analyzed the chart in detail, but I didn't really tell you too much about Antares, which is one of the major stars in karmic astrology. And if you are interested in karmic astrology, and in any type of astrology that is utilizing the energy of fixed stars, I recommend that you put together a list of maybe 40, 50 really bright and important stars. You can use various books on this. Actually, I recommend, of course, Bernard Brady's The Brady Book of Fixed Stars. You can choose there, or your eye may be drawn to the brightest ones. Any really, there's no one approach to this. I have been working with fixed stars for the last 30 years. I find them very, very useful. And from time to time, I'm going to recommend one to you. And Antares is one of the major stars simply because of its position and brightness. Now let's take a look at the London chart. At the moment, Antares is at Sagittarius 10 degrees 05. And as you may know, but it's never enough, there's never enough time to repeat the fact that fixed stars are called fixed because they don't move really anywhere. It takes 72 years for them to move one simple degree. Just to juxtapose it with the sun, which is also a star, the star from the Earth, seen from the Earth, moves 1 degree per day, whereas Antares moves 1 degree per 72 years. I mean, 72 times 365 or 66, that is the calculation. So you can get how much more fixed Antares and the rest of the fixed stars is. So here's the chart for London, and we are not going to analyze the chart, but I want you to see certain things. Number one is that Neptune is rising, and the ascendant is at the end of Pisces. So there's this transcendental, illuminating energy at your disposal, which you might find very useful in the case of this particular date and this particular energy pattern, if you want to utilize it. Because as the sun is infusing and downloading for us the energy of Antares, you can do all kinds of magical ceremonies, or you can actually manifest. You can have a manifestation ceremony as well. I will tell you why is it possible at such a time. Anyhow, so the vertex is on the descendant, indicating that we have not too much chance to do away with adversities. And at the moment, if you look around in the world, there are two major wars raging. I mean, there are at least 30 different wars in the world, but two are really major. One is still the Russian-Ukrainian war, which, by the way, your very own Boris Johnson should go to jail. He should go to the Nuremberg tribunal and really tried as a war criminal, because he single-handedly talked Zelensky into continue the war. They almost had the agreement. All Russia was asking, and I don't want to take sides. Don't misunderstand me. I just want to be fair. Okay, all Russia demanded actually that Ukraine should not enter NATO and the European Union. That was it. They didn't want this country at their backyard to be a NATO member, which is understandable, I think. If you look at the map and you see how many NATO stations are around Russia, you would be surprised. Go ahead and Google it. And then the other horrible situation in the Middle East, again, I don't want to take parts, because my heart goes out for the children and the women, and nothing justifies killing children, nothing. And the saddest thing is that these are arch enemies while they are really brother nations. I mean, this is something that I can't really understand. Of course, I can, because of course the military-industrial compound or complex wants this to happen. They haven't sold a weapon for 4 years, right? So they need to sell their new weapons. They need to find out whether a weapon is really good and useful, and that is why there are all kinds of wars raging, because they can show off their things. Anyhow, so that's what the vertex there on the descendant could mean. And then Mercury, luckily, is on the midheaven of the London chart, showing that, yes, there's the psychopomp, which can show us the way through serious negotiations. Capricorn. Capricorn Mercury is always very serious. And then the sun is exactly at the degree and minute of Antares, which is one of the royal stars of Persia. It is the watcher of the west, and also a pillar of the Milky Way. And I'm going to show you both how this looks like. I think I do have a video on the royal stars of Persia somewhere out there. A year and a half ago I did it. Okay, here's the planetary picture. As you can see, at the moment we are entering the winter constellation. So the sun is in at this degree of Sagittarius, and as you see, Antares is maybe 27, 28 degrees from the celestial equator. So the sun is technically not conjunct, but we can still use the word conjunct because it is not far away, at least in considering that it could be, but for instance, we could say that something is conjunct Polaris, and it will never, of course, be conjunctly aligned. So here's Antares, and this is the heart of the celestial Scorpio. There are a couple of other things in Scorpio which if we find anything near it, I will let you know. Oculus and Acumen are also important. They are technically not part of Scorpio because they are two nebulae, and they are coming out as it looks like the poison or the venom coming out of the sting of the celestial Scorpio. Those are the ones that are really important, for instance, in karmic astrology. So here's the Milky Way. This is the middle of the Milky Way, and as you can see, the whole constellation Scorpio, which is on the zodiac on the one hand, so it's on the ecliptic, but also on the Milky Way. This is, by the way, Jupiter here. This is Antares, and that's what makes it so special. There are not too many stars that you can find at the crossroads of these two celestial pathways, because the ecliptic is the path of the hero's journey, so to speak. And the Milky Way has always been in every people's mythology, the path of the gods. So actually that is what Antares signifies, that it is at both positions, at a crossing. Uniting the two things. Here are the royal stars of Persia. As you can see, they are at the 4 points of the compass, so to speak: east, west, north, and south. And they are very bright stars, of course. Antares is the watcher of the west. It's Alpha Scorpio, as you could see. It's the heart of the celestial Scorpion. Regulus, which is the Alpha star of the celestial Leo, again the heart of the Leo, and then Aldebaran, which is the eye of the celestial Bull, and Fomalhaut, which is at the Alpha Southern Fish. If you look at the night sky, or you look at the sky chart, you will see that the constellation Aquarius and the Southern Fish used to be one at some time, and now they are 2 separate constellations. And actually, it's Fomalhaut is located at the foot of of Aquarius. It is where the urn, the water of life is coming out of the urn, and the fish is at the bottom of this stream of water. And it is a very dark place of the sky. So actually, Fomalhaut is also called the loneliest of the stars, because there are not too many stars around it. And there are archangels also linked to these fixed stars. I don't quite understand why these are allocated to these stars, these archangels to these stars. In Hungarian lore, we only examine or take into consideration Michael and Gabriel. And Gabriel is who is starting new things, and Michael is the cutter, is the with his sword is cutting whatever is no longer working. So actually it's spring and autumn. As you know, you might not know, Hungary has always been a Roman Christian Catholic country, so we actually celebrate the name days of the saints. And in old times, in old communist times, no one knew each other's. We didn't know each other's birthday. We only knew the name days. So name days were celebrated at school or at workplaces, and those were the names of the saints, of course. So to us, Gabriel and Michael are important. Uriel and Raphael are not really important. But I'm just letting you know as something interesting. And so these are the changing of the seasons, and the royal stars provide you with luck and success, but they all have a nemesis that needs to be somehow avoided. And in the case of Antares, you can actually utilize magic and utilize all kinds of powerful things, but you need to avoid black magic. And black magic and white magic is not that different. The only difference is what you want to accomplish, whether or not you want to do something nice or something really horrible. So think about how many times we curse people, how many times I say, okay, get lost or die or something like that. We quite often do that. And well, the problem is when you are very angry, you can summon a lot of energy, a lot of impact can be put into such a word. And it's much harder to do good, to do something nice. And on the 2nd of December, which is actually not just the 2nd of December, because we can give it a window, a time orb. And so on December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, this window is opening where you can actually utilize the energy of Antares, because the sun is downloading its manifestation to us, to the earth plane. So these are the royal stars of Persia. Okay, and these are the 4 pillars of the Milky Way. These are, again, very bright stars, and they are located as if they were kind of holding the Milky Way. You know what a pillar is, of course. And so Sirius, which is Alpha Canis Major, the brightest star in the night sky. Capella, Alpha Auriga, is the 2nd pillar. Vega, Alpha Lyra, is the 3rd pillar. And Antares, Alpha Scorpio, is the 4th pillar. This is where they are located. Thank you, Eva Palmai, who made me these planetarium drawings. Here they are. That's where they are located. And so what can you do with the energy pattern of Antares? Actually, you can utilize it for a ceremony. This again is a period in time when the gates of heaven are opening, because we can utilize not just this pre-Christmas energy. We are waiting for something nice. We are waiting for the light to turn, although the fact remains that light will be less and less and less, and the days will be darker and darker. Still, we can open up ourselves, and the very first moment could be some kind of magical ceremony with Antares, again, because it's at the crossing of the human and the divine. And so we can utilize whatever, for whichever we would like to. So you can actually make either a manifestation ceremony or just open yourself up to its energy. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.